I feel like we'll get this game started. I feel like I know TVZ quite a bit, but TBT, I know like half a build, so it'll be interesting to see the tier 3 come out of me.
Okay.
I know 2 factory. That's it.
I mean, 2 factory is a legitimate way to do it.
It's a bit cheesy,
Oh yeah, definitely like an all-in, but that doesn't make it not legitimate. Look, if ladder has taught me anything, it's that cheese works at any level.
Of course, the only thing that loads is the replay progress. We'll get rid of that.
That's perfect.
In the top left, Fazek. Apparently fake Fazek, not the real Fazek.
Ooh.
Unlike
the real one.
Unlike the real Fox we have in the chat. And in the bottom left, we have Napoleon. TVT.
Alright.
What's the key to change their colors? Is it Shift T? Shift Tab?
I have no idea, dude.
Or it is Shift Tab. But they're both yellow because I'm not allied. I'm not allied with everyone. We can have a yellow Terran in the top and a yellow Terran in the back.
Have them both yellow.
Oh, the lag trash talk. That must cut you to the bone, Neblime.
It does, man. It does. I'm triggered immediately.
And no response from the opponent. I like this. I want to see some salt.
Yeah, well, he's not a bike. He's keeping his head in
He's
the game,
focusing. What I want to see is the late good luck while you're building 2 factory and in the middle of the map, cheesing.
Yeah,
I want to see that. 3 minutes into the game, just good luck.
Yeah, I like it when you 4-pull, like you wait till the pool starts.
Well, you gotta focus your 800 APM in those first couple of minutes.
I'm intrigued that Napoleon's going for the wall here, because obviously it's less economical. I might be reading a bit too much into it, but it could be an indicator for 2-point.
Yeah, that's interesting. I actually don't like the forward supply depot.
Look,
maybe it's because I'm lazy.
At the end of the day, you can sort of put it anywhere, but it's just more optimal to put it on the command center here to make the SCVs go to work.
While we're watching...
I'd like to point out, Fazek's depot doesn't actually improve his SCVs at all, because of the positions, only Napoleon's would have. I think he is going to go for the 2-bot Wraith, because what you want to do is wall off so that vultures can't come in and counter and kill everything.
Right, I think you're right. Interesting, I like it.
You might have one tank.
I like to see these interesting builds.
I might be reading too much into it.
The gas is going to come down though, the gas is coming down.
Yeah, that's gas first. Oh wait, no it isn't. Barracks up, I'm silly. What am I talking about? No, that's a normal gas tank.
Oh yeah, gas down for both. Never mind. See, I don't understand this matchup at all.
Thing is, a lot of the time, the early opening is exactly the same. Depot, barracks, gas.
I was actually going to...
definitely a build where you go depot, gas.
I was actually going to say, while we're waiting for them to do the same thing as each other, some other things I want to see in CPL for people who are listening is I want to see Terran take down Protoss with a bio play. I want to see 2 barracks at the start of the game shooting down Dragoons.
Dude, it happened last season. That's how my team lost in the playoff.
Shallow 2 is a sick build. I'm not going to spoil it, but I might be using it.
I know what you're talking about.
If my opponent is listening, whoever they might be in a couple of weeks, definitely don't expect that. The factory coming down faster for Fazek. Does that mean that his mechanics are going to be slightly better? Or is it the delay from building forward?
That's the thing about putting this depot at the ramp. You might not think it makes a big difference, but you move the SCV that far and you can see like he's lost a couple minerals mining time, so his factory's a couple seconds later, and maybe these things build up.
I think this is why I don't like it. But I do like this 2-port Wraith play. It's very cheeky. But with this scout...
Look at this SCV harass. Oh my god, he almost got that.
The RNG. The RNG. Yeah. I love it.
No, it's all skill, man.
The SCV dance is the best.
I don't want to like, make it worse than it already is if I'm wrong. It's not guaranteed 2-bot Wraith. I just feel like if you were going to 2-bot Wraith, this is what you would do. Okay, no, he's getting a second back. It's a bit late timing for 2-fac though. So it's a late sort of 2-fac? I'm confused. He's going to get more Marines with it.
This is the Blockhead 2-fac special.
Okay, you get the fact late.
You're late on everything, but you're doing the build. It says it. The supplies are right, but your SCVs are low. I mean, his SCVs aren't low. He's doing it right. This is tier 1. This is tier 1.
Fazek is doing the most standard thing right now.
I wonder if he's late because I'm not sure he pulled SCVs off gas, and I know that you need to pull SCVs off gas.
Well, in the 2-fac you don't, do you? 2-fac, that's the last thing you do. You get 2 factories before your second depot.
He's getting his... I like to build a vulture before the machine shop, but he's going to get
line
and speed.
That's a strong move.
I imagine.
99% of the time.
There's no
it's
vulture.
2-fact vulture. That's what we're looking. No. I remember now. It's a 2-fact vulture build, right?
So it's going to be speed and mines.
Yes. So you're going to be aggressive with vultures.
This is the one build that I know. But I go vulture before the first machine shop.
Because if your opponent goes into a machine shop, they're not going to have a vulture out. They can make marines, but vultures just destroy marines. And if they're trying to build a command center like Fazek is, you can actually just deny it. Oh man, that first vulture from Fazek getting hit really hard. Actually, that's a huge deal.
Absolutely.
I think Napoleon can take this now, and that's a huge win actually, especially with 2-fact vulture.
Although Fazek is coming out with the tank now. So I imagine Napoleon's going to wait till he has between 4 to 7 vultures before he goes on the attack. That's what I would do. But by then, Fazek could have 2 tanks because his first tank is finishing up. And I think 2 tanks is pretty good if he can manage the mines. If he can manage the mines. It's
definitely enough to hold, but it all comes down to micro, like you're saying. It's the mines, right? So anything can happen, really. I mean, the only way the outcome is decided for sure is if Terran Wall's off, then the vultures can't get in, and the 2-fact vulture guy's just crying.
This is my favourite thing in StarCraft, this barracks floating over. Just the useless building flying over. It's so ridiculous. Like, imagine someone sitting down in a meeting proposing, alright, I want buildings to fly so that people can like look at what their opponent's doing. It's the most ridiculous idea. But it's just so good.
I reckon when they thought about it, they had no idea people would use it for scouting. I don't think they anticipated. I think they thought about, oh, well, I can reposition things and like change the layout of my base, which obviously doesn't matter like at all. Because I think when StarCraft was designed, people didn't really know.
So we've got the most aggressive timing.
Aspects would affect whether you win.
Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, but he's laying his mines for a contain.
We've got the six vultures coming out.
Oh man, that's not enough for Fazek. I think he's just gonna die, like straight up. I think this game's over.
Yeah, he went for vulture after the first tank, and I think that could be the move that cinches the game for Napoleon here. I'm not sure he's ready for this.
One shot away. I think that tank's about to die. One more vulture shot. Someone please target it before it gets repaired.
He might not be checking the health. It's going to get repaired.
Oh my god.
That's a big save.
Oh my god, that is a big save. If he killed that tank, I thought it would have been GG. So
but there's nothing in the main now. Nothing in the main.
He's getting a lot of damage. The thing is, like, Napoleon's CC hasn't even started. So
that's right.
Fazek can afford to lose a huge amount of SCVs here.
This is why I lose with 2-fact all the time. Oh, he's going mass Goliath. I think Napoleon is my favourite player at the moment. I love this Goliath play.
I think he's going to try a Goliath drop here, which is it's a popular sort of aggressive
very nice
build.
I wanted to see him right click across the map.
They can take out tanks, they can take out Wraiths, they can take out vultures. I mean, obviously not great against tanks.
It's like a double marine.
Take out everything.
But he sees it with this barracks, and I think if he sees it, has he researched siege? No, he's getting mines. Has he already done siege? I don't think he had the time to do it.
The thing is, you don't need siege because the Goliaths can actually just lift up and drop on you if you try and siege around. You just need like a couple of tanks ready to shoot stuff down.
I don't know if I like. I guess he's got 4 Goliaths, but I don't know. I guess this is why I don't get Terran vs Terran, because there's nothing that people can do. I would attack as Fazek right now, but I'm not sure that would actually do anything useful. No,
the vultures get destroyed by Goliaths, that's for sure.
With the tank as well, though. With the tank as well.
Yeah, maybe it'd work. It's tough though, because of all these mines. How do you move that tank across the map safely?
Moving these mines is good.
You can try and micro the vultures, but it's very APM intensive.
Here's the dropship. Is he going to see the drop? I mean, Tier 1 they would guess the dropship, but did he see it?
No, I don't think he would. It's a bit tough, but his barracks saw the control tower, so he doesn't really have to guess. He knows he's going to make a dropship.
Oh, true. Turning off the vision for both players for the 10th time in a row.
He's only going to drop 2 vultures, it looks like. Oh my god, they are coming into the natural gear. This is a huge mistake, I think, by Fazek, because they're just going to get gunned down.
His factory count is higher, though. He's got 3 factories versus 2. And his economy is better.
His economy is vastly superior.
So, losing these vultures, if he can minimise the damage from this drop that's coming in from Napoleon, I kind of like Fazek's position.
So I don't see much happening here. Like, how much can 2 vultures, unless like Fazek just doesn't react?
Did he forget to pick up the Goliaths? Or is
no, he did it on purpose. He positioned the vultures just for this. Thing is, this Terran units are already in the main, clearing his mines. So look, these vultures aren't going to do anything. Just a complete waste. That vulture's probably sitting there. Okay, he's dead now, but he's probably sitting there going like, why did I waste? Okay, Fazek, Napoleon trying to move out, but Fazek's mines are all here. Oh my god.
3 machine shops coming out from Fazek.
And you want to pump as many tanks as you can in TVT.
And the vulture drop didn't actually scout that Fazek is on more factories than Napoleon, which I think is important information.
I think you can assume that just because the command center is so much earlier. I mean, Fazek's going to be spending the money on something, and if it's a Wraith switch, then I think he's happy because he already got these Goliaths.
See, man, I don't get the nuance of this.
That's right, it comes with time. So, Napoleon actually able to move out past his mines, which is a big deal, and the tank count for Fazek is not that high yet. I don't know if siege mode is done. No, it's not. It's still researching. I mean, Napoleon could set up a contain here, if not break in direct.
Napoleon backing up quite a few minerals compared to
Yeah,
Fazek.
I noticed that earlier in the game as well. Seems like he's focusing a lot more on his engagements. Oh my god, these vultures could do so much. Oh man, the factories aren't even producing.
Oh, the run pass. The run pass.
No unit's going to be popping out anytime soon.
This could be disastrous. And he also scouts that he's planning to expand.
Oh, yeah.
So this expansion's not going to go up. He's going to cancel with the SCV, but then he can't expand because he'll just pressure it.
I feel like Fazek could be sparking this to be. He could have focused 5 more SCVs by now. Now the other vultures, he's still going to get a few. I'd say it was still totally worth it, but I feel like he could have focused 5 a lot more SCVs at this time than he had.
I didn't manage to check. Did those vultures have mines? Because I think he could have laid some mines if
they had
did.
none left.
They didn't, okay.
No, they had none left. Yeah, it would have been great, wouldn't it, to lay them on the factories, but unfortunately none left. I think even it would have been a better play to just stay in the natural and shoot SCVs there, then you have more time shooting. Because if you've got no mines,
yeah,
there's no real reason to go in the main. Yeah, I guess you can scout, but at this point of the game, you have turn map packs, aka scan already.
Right.
Napoleon, still, a nice little run by, pulled him back, killed a few SCVs, not bad. Ooh,
and he's getting some extra damage from Napoleon not moving some SCVs back to his mineral line.
Wow. I'm impressed by Fazek's positioning there. I think he's just out of range. Very impressed that he was able to pick the exact spot he needs to siege up in. And you know what? Since Fazek sort of pushed over just this little bit, it's actually a lot harder to contain than otherwise.
Yeah, absolutely. The bridge is a huge thing in TVT, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think it's still a contained by Napoleon, but it's just much easier for Fazek to break out with this little advanced position that he has.
Yeah, I mean, he's got all these different angles that he can come through, whereas back there he's got a very small amount.
Yeah. Yeah, Fazek's going to take his third base as well. So game probably normalizing a bit, and you know what, a lot of the times this is how TVT goes. One player will do something very aggressive, and do just like sort of the right amount of damage to equalize your faster command center or whatever. And supplies are actually fairly equal as well. I mean, Fazek's still in the lead.
I mean, what I understand of TVT is the important thing is the tank count at the end of the day.
Yes. I mean, even right now, you can see Fazek is using that. He can probably break
Fazek has 8 tanks at the moment.
Oh man, look, there's 3 more coming in,
yeah.
Yeah,
and this is 2
going to be a
tanks.
disaster for Napoleon. Even
and
laying
then
those mines.
At home, Napoleon only has 2 tanks there as well. So if Fazek can get to his bridge, I think it's a container
that's a
he's
huge mine. One mine took out 2 tanks there actually, which is a huge deal for Napoleon right now. Basically, the only way he can defend right now is with mines. He drops vultures and Goliath in the main actually. That's doing a huge amount of damage. He could 4 SCVs in the main already. 5.
Wow.
And he's forcing them all to pull. That's actually an amazing move. And it's forcing Fazek not to move out with this army just yet. Perfect move really is what Napoleon did.
Yeah, 6 kills in the main. I think one was a vulture though.
Unfortunately, Napoleon's setting up his factories in such a way that he can only get 3 machine shops. He really needs more than that, because he really needs tanks. He doesn't really have the minerals to spam a lot of vultures. Vultures can definitely make stuff happen, but he just can't afford that many right now. His third base has been spotted. And I think Napoleon's a bit out of position, still sort of locked in his main. He just doesn't have that many units either.
At the risk of turning this into a teach Blockhead moment, how do you want to position your factories as Terran? Do you want like a block of space?
Yeah, on this position, and it's different in TVT than TVP because you want more machine shops in TVP. You want to put like a row of 2 on the right and a gap and then another 2 vertically so you can fit as many machine shops, and then you can probably put like 2 without machine shops next to that, then like another row with machine shops.
So Fazek's positioning is perfect then with what he's doing.
No, it's not. No, it's not because he needs to put his Fazek's. Let me look.
Yeah, Fazek.
Yeah, Fazek's is good. I like Fazek's.
All right.
I thought you meant Napoleon.
And then,
no, that's what I'm complaining about.
But Napoleon's factory positioning works for vultures, though, right? Nothing's going to get trapped there.
True, but like, look, he has so much gas he can't spend because he's only using tanks off 3 machine shops. I mean, in theory, off 2 gases, you can only produce off 2 machine shots, but because he's not macroing 100%,
Yeah,
he's not spending it. And I definitely think you should view like APM as a resource, and if you can't spend it, that's fine. Just make the factory you need.
I mean, he is. The supplies aren't too bad, but I feel like he is positionally very far behind.
There's so many mines there, but Fazek just scans it.
Yeah. I feel like Napoleon needs to do something a bit crazy to make this game his at this point.
Well, he has the dropship, and there's no NTA here, so he could in theory use drops to pick off his tanks. But if he doesn't break out of this, he will have lost the game quite soon. Right?
I kind of like the Wraith play to put some extra damage on some tanks.
Definitely can be good at breaking contains. I mean, even right now though, I question if he couldn't just break this by dropping a lot of vultures, because the tanks will do so much damage to themselves.
And Fazek isn't really forming a line either.
No,
there's 3 in the bottom clumped up, so the shots from his other tanks could wipe out those 3 in the bottom corner of Fazek's contain there.
It is very difficult to engage though. Maybe he's not confident with his micro there. Still, there were 2 dropships. I feel like you definitely do this, and you want to break it before it gets even stronger. So I have to point out neither player's got Goliath range yet, which is kind of fun.
Fazek starting the Wraith build now, and throwing down a second Starport in his main. I do like the making sure you mix up the unit composition a bit by getting some air units. But with Fazek being, Napoleon being the one with Goliaths on the map already, I feel like it's actually a weaker move for Fazek than Napoleon. But he is so far ahead. Throwing a third Starport as well.
There's only 3 tanks. Napoleon's actually been supply blocked for quite a while, unfortunately. I'm not sure what he's paying attention to, but yeah, he literally has 3 tanks right now. Actually, I think I'm just going to call it here that Fazek wins, because I don't see how Napoleon can do anything here. Yeah,
I mean, TBT is such a matchup where the mechanics come out. Managing your large armies, because it's about moving with large armies, but then also your macro to make sure that you do have that large army in the first place.
Yeah, and that's his breakout attempt. That was really his last chance, so all this stuff's going to go down now.
And this drop in the main, not getting anything done with this.
I mean, I guess it's the kind of ambitious.
And that's the GG. Yeah, he needed it, but that's the GG.
I mean, he was actually quite close to breaking out there, because look, it's only 3 tanks versus 4 at the end of the day, but they're just a bit too far back. I think, surprisingly, if he moved his tanks a bit further, he could have actually done it. Because he did have a lot of vultures, and they're not bad at breaking tank lines.
Yeah. Based on the way that game went, I actually do like the 2 factory play from Napoleon there. If your mechanics aren't quite as good as your opponent, I think...
yeah, for sure.
Aggressive is
that
good.
Aggressive stuff is easier to execute.
And I'm hoping to actually see another aggressive or wacky play from him this game, because it seems to be on...
After how that game went, I wouldn't be surprised.
It seems to be on circuit breakers, and I'm not sure that
that's an interesting choice.
That he can pull it off with a standard game here.
Well, maybe it's because he doesn't want to go a 2-player map, because he feels like he just gets scouted, or even a 3-player map, because what are the other options? Silford, Aztec, 3-player. Roadkill is 2-player. I mean, sorry, not Roadkill. What am I thinking? Autobahn. You can see why I got confused.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to introduce the players?
Yeah, in the bottom right, we've got the Red Terran, Napoleon for Team Beast. No, every time. For Team 5. And in the top right, we have Fazek for Team Beast. Currently, Team Beast up 1-0.
Fazek with the 2-0, you mean? Or Fazek
no. Team Beast up 1-0 in this series, down 0-2 in the.
Was Fazek the guy who trash talked the lag last time as well?
I can't remember which one said it. I think it was Fazek, but I'm not 100%.
Again with the turn rate talk, but also with the good luck, have fun. The first good luck, have fun for the day. Are we going to see some cheeky plays because of the good luck, have fun? I hope so. I want to see it.
GLHF timing. You can get a lot of scouting info if you find the GLHF timing.
That's it. I want to see some lava tier players. I want to see some aggressive hatcheries. I actually want to see a command center built in your opponent's main. That's what I want.
I mean, what would you even do with that?
Running SCVs. I heard they're OP.
Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm thinking about... Suppose your opponent has, like, siege tanks on the high ground.
Just tanks. Just tanks.
Yeah, you run in SCVs from behind, boom, tanks dead.
Perfect. You can expect to see that in Tier 3. I don't know about this Napoleon supply depot position. I would put it under the command center.
Yeah, definitely should. It makes it just a little bit more efficient. Fazek demonstrating to the class how you should do it.
That's
but
it.
whatever. At the end of the day, it's a minor difference, but like, why not? Like,
Very
what
small.
Else are you doing with
This is tier 1. This is tier 1. They need to be doing it.
It's true. Why not? Look, I'm never going to say a game would be decided by that, but it's the sort of thing. It's like, why not do it?
What's the reasoning?
Could be going for a CC first. Oh no, okay, his barracks just. I keep doing that. Like, I keep mentioning it in every cast, but I've got to say, the end when Cronus and I were casting, like, we're watching the Zerg, and I'm like, oh my god, it's a 4-pool, but today just being a bit slower with his drones.
Yeah. I've heard you mention that a few times. What's the reasoning behind the forward barracks in this case? Is it so it just arrives at your opponent faster?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's even very forward positions, honestly. Like in Napoleon's position, what I would do is put it in the very bottom left of your base, and then you send the SC to scout north, and your SC doesn't find him, and then, okay, the barracks can get to the bottom left quite quickly. And like likewise for Fazek, I'd put it in the very top left of the base for the similar reason. Alternatively, you can just put it in the middle of the map, but it is a little bit risky.
Both scouting in the correct direction, but that's working out for Napoleon this game, based on the spawn locations.
Couple factories coming down for each player. So far, the openings are identical.
I'm curious to see if, because this is something I learned from you, I think, on a 4-player map, the second SCV scout. Does it happen in TVT?
Yeah, usually no. Usually we only do it against Zerg because we're worried about early pools. Because the thing is, in TVT, like, what kind of early stuff do you have to worry about? Like a BBS? You don't really even need to scout it, to be honest. It just comes down to micro, because like SCV's big Marines, right?
Right, of course.
What else is there? Like, 2-fac? Thing is, like, they can just wall pretty easily if they really want to, if they really want nice scouting. So there isn't really any point. You just need to find him, and basically you just need to tell between Rax FE or gas opening, and from there you can figure it out.
Fazek going with the last scout then, so I think this could have been Napoleon's game to play. Oh, he's going 2-fact again, so this is actually quite good, I think. Not scouted, 2-factory.
I think it's going to be 2-fact Vulture again, just because of the late factory timing. When you're doing the push with tanks, you get the 2 factories much faster.
Right, of course. And he's going for the machine shop before the Vulture again. I like
Fazek,
it in this
on the
case.
other hand, did go for the Vulture first last round, but he's going for the machine shop this time.
And expanding from Fazek up at the top here.
Yeah, pretty much the exact same build for Fazek, except for the fact that he's getting machine shot first.
If he denies this scout with these Marines, I feel like Napoleon has a chance here to just run over him with vultures.
Yeah, it's true. And yeah, there's no way that
that's good. That's good positioning. And this SCV is going to go down, I think.
There is a very small window here. If Napoleon rallies his vulture immediately, he can actually kill that SCV then from the CC, and that's actually before that tank gets down. Tanks take a while to build. But he had to go straight there. He'd have to do it perfectly, but currently Marines are blocking him.
Right,
he's going.
yeah.
I don't think he's going to make it. I think the tank's going to come out. Yeah, no, I don't think the tank is going to come out.
Speed first. So he is... I think you can do 2 variations of 2-factory vulture. You can get speed first, or you can get mines first. And yeah,
usually speed is the stronger play if your opponent's making vultures.
That's right. Speed is very aggressive as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think he is planning to do a lot of damage with these vultures coming in.
Well, I mean, potentially with 2 speed vultures, you could just run past that tank actually and get started, because once you start killing the cities in there and just keep rallying more vultures, and you get that control for your opponent so quickly. But he probably is going to do the standard thing, wait for 6-7 and then go. His scouting barracks is going to figure out exactly what's going on.
That's right.
And really, I think the best thing Fazek can do is use walls off, then it's going to be a huge advantage.
Fazek again with the tank followed by 2 vultures.
Yeah, same exact opening for
I wonder
both
why.
players. Interesting. Yeah, it is a bit weird.
See, I would try and get 2 tanks.
Yeah, you can see because of that kind of sub-optimization, he has so much gas building. He's going to make a bunker. I think that's a fine move, but I mean, I keep saying it. Really, what I want to see him do is just...
He's going to have speed, though. He's going to have... Yeah, he's going to have speed.
It's true, but if the vultures do try and fight this army...
This engineering bay.
Doesn't wall it off. It's
that's good, though.
Units, not buildings, so that's pretty much all he needs to do. Because, yeah, now these vultures can't get in. They can try and run mines, but you just pull back like 1 inch, and then when they mines, pull back another inch.
Vultures absolutely games. I think one of the worst things as Terran is Blue Storm. How vultures don't fit through that middle, but they'll spin around a bit.
It's so unfair, isn't it? It's all it's swinging.
Because they can't... They just can't turn that perfect angle that they need to get through, even though they clearly fit.
That's right. Yeah. Alright, so Napoleon is going to get his CC going to tanks now. His CC is a lot later, obviously, but he can definitely parlay this into a normal game with this mine contain. Because Napoleon can't move out and put aggression on or get his own third base while his mines are up. But one option for Fazek is getting a lot of vultures instead, not getting any tanks, and just saying, hey, well, you went 2-folk vulture, I went 4-folk vulture, now you're going to die. Because there's not going to be that many tanks out.
That's right.
For Napoleon. And the thing is, the vultures just run over mines. That's actually a key part of it.
I feel like Napoleon is in quite a bad spot at the moment because he went 2 factory last game and I think he got more done but then eventually lost anyway. But I feel like he's got nothing done besides this contain with mines this game.
Like I was saying, he can parlay that contain into a normal game, but he has to play his cards right. And I really think Fazek's actually going to pull a lot off with his counterattack. 3 tanks are coming up for Napoleon.
Yeah, Napoleon.
It's going to come down to the engage.
Aggressive tanks. I like this play from Napoleon because I think he's realised that once these mines are gone, these vultures don't really do anything for him. Oh, the move out from Fazek though, the timing.
Mines, by the way. So once enough tanks are out, these vultures aren't really going to be able to engage. So ideally what you want to do here is use your tanks to tank and your vultures to attack.
Yeah, that's right.
The vultures getting hit first.
I mean, the unspoken truth is that concussive damage is very bad.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, 2 tanks at home can fend this off, especially with no mines. These 5 ultras do mines reset.
I think he's not accounting for these tanks in the main. I think he expected undefended.
Well, he's getting a couple of SGs though, and Napoleon did not take this opportunity to attack with his own tanks, so I think he's a bit of a mistake. So ultimately, it's not bad for Fazek. I mean, yeah, he lost all his ultras, but he traded away his opponent's ultras as well.
Oh yes,
turret going down.
I like the turret coming down, and siege is done.
It's a hard contain.
This is good.
That's actually really nice. So yeah, from here, all Napoleon has to do is keep reinforcing that contain, take his third base, and he should be ahead.
Can all 3 of those tanks from Napoleon hit this lower bridge?
No, only the bottom one can.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so he does need like another tank, I think, to cover that. But either way, it's hard for Fazek to maneuver past there, and there are mines down. So I think essentially he does have a container.
Napoleon's sitting on just the 2 factories still. I think that he could throw down a third now.
Absolutely, he could. Oh, well, poor Marine's getting obliterated. I think he was trying to get mines with those, but they weren't any there, so he decides to move forward. Yeah, that's actually a really nice play. Those mines are laid so well. Oh man, that's it. Ooh. I don't know, it's going to be close, but I think Fazek has it, because he's going to one-shot both those tanks. Oh, he focuses the turret. Okay, yeah, he does break out.
By the narrowest of margins.
That was really well executed by Fazek. I like how he sent the Marines first to intercept any mines that are in that short. Because in theory, he could have moved forward and sieged his own tanks without hitting the mines, but instead he went unsieged to cop the mine hit. But still, those mines he laid of his own were really good. Napoleon has a pretty good tank count right now, though.
I do like it, yeah. He's done nothing but tanks, and now the vulture's coming out. So I think he's planning another push. I think he wants to get this over with.
Big contrast to last game where he had like 10 factories and 2 machine shops.
That's it.
Well, yeah, he could definitely afford to throw down another CC though, or more factories. Either way, there's a lot of money building up, same as last game. These high ground tanks seem to be a bit awkward, but I think Napoleon has enough tanks he can get in. Or it's lucky that Marine intercepted those mines, they could be crucial.
Napoleon going up to 4 factories now, but in a position to not get a machine shop.
Man, he's definitely taking his high ground. His high ground is very key to denying some bases himself. Old high ground vision. Oh my god, that's a huge
and the misses from the tanks from Fazek as well.
Oh my god, if he picks up that tank on the bridge, oh, that lucky miss, he will get that.
Yeah, that miss
is a massive advantage right now.
That miss won him that tank.
Yeah, still his CV count is not great, but Fazek's been slacking a bit, so the economy is pretty much equal. While Napoleon just has his commanding position. The bridges are still open, as you pointed out, but these mines, oh my god. Okay, they do pick off one. The other one, oh my god, that was so close. Almost got those tanks, but they are free to go now.
This is something I do. I don't know what Fazek wants to do with these 2 tanks. I mean, they're in the middle of nowhere.
Really you just need to sit back, because realistically, Napoleon could actually just push in if he realized.
That's
it. He could set up on that same spot he was before. Well, this high ground is pretty important. Like,
if this
basically
continues,
the whole left side of the map is cut off to Fazek.
I think so.
Can't go through that avenue.
And if this continues, the mines that he laid from the denied vultures earlier at the mineral-only third could come into play.
Absolutely.
It could delay the command center significantly.
I mean, it sounds crazy, but I think Fazek's best move here would be to take the 9 o'clock. But Napoleon looks like he wants to go for it. Or maybe these SCVs are just for a bust.
Double SCV.
Okay, no. He is going to go in there. Oh no. I'm not sure now what he's doing. This is not going to be a good engage for Napoleon. These tanks can get picked off pretty easily. I think they might.
Yeah.
Nice mine placement. Nice tank shot. Oh, that poor tank is surrounded by 5 mines and he still got killed by tanks.
And there's a lesson in more stuff beats less stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though Napoleon did have these tanks sitting on the high ground still.
So yeah, you see what I mean? Fazek could secure this 9 o'clock position actually, and like, if you have 3 bases, there's a lot more scope to break this contain this thing on 2. Unfortunately, Fazek had to remake his barracks because it died in Napoleon's base.
He seemed to have his tank right-clicked there. I actually think that
bad engagement for Napoleon.
Napoleon should run an SCV up to these tanks and repair the ones that are red.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very helpful thing to do. Oh, look at that mine.
Oh, these huge mines. These mines from Fazek have been absolutely clutch this game.
Yeah, both those tanks are going to go down. Wow, that's a nice little clear, actually.
He basically clears this. Oh.
That tank dying would suck. Okay, it does. Oh, no, I thought it was going to make it. I thought that one was going to make it. I'm so sad. Well, I think Napoleon's brought himself enough position to take the 12 o'clock, which is the base you really want in this position.
So, while things have kind of normalised a tiny bit here, we've got Fazek at the top on 6 factory off 2 base, and then Napoleon on 5 factory off 2 base. What's the
you definitely support 6 factory, but that means you're never going to expand those if you're macro and you just pump a lot of tanks and launchers.
And
Napoleon's actually going for 2-port Wraith here.
Yeah, the 2-port Wraith.
Fazek totally off guard because he's been desperately making all the tanks he can to break up the contain, and he has done it. He's completely broken Napoleon's position here, but Napoleon can just hold down at this sort of like even position instead, and these Wraiths are going to sweep him into a lot. There's no Goliaths out.
His Goliath's moving forward. I don't know about that. I think he wasn't paying attention.
Well, Napoleon doesn't need them as badly. Well, he can still bust through the tank line though. The Wraith's really going to have to save the day actually. Maybe he'll reveal them sooner than he wanted to.
He's holding them back and getting cloak.
I mean, in theory you want to build up as many as you can before you reveal them. But he might have to if Fazek keeps pushing. I don't think Fazek realizes quite how weak Napoleon is here, because these tanks are definitely coming in, and now the Wraith's going to force him to back.
He's targeting the weak one. Target the one at the back. It's on 1 health.
Yeah, nice targeting there. He's got the one at the front that was pretty weak too. Okay, now he's not targeting. Oh, that
the first 2 were perfect.
Oh well, he will pick them all off though. I mean,
yeah, he's not unsieging, he's not retreating. And that's a lot of gas to lose to two Wraiths.
Absolutely, and more Wraiths are coming as well.
Is Napoleon planning to take the bottom left, or is that just for? And
yeah, I think he.
And the top left. Are we going to see the double?
Well, just sneaking in at the middle only. It's quite nice. We'll get a few SCVs where they're picked off. Oh, okay, no, they won't because they're not spoken fire elements. It's a shame.
Yeah, that's been a common theme in these games. Is that the focus firing hasn't been the best. I suppose.
Oh man.
At this level, we're kind of limited in what we can do, and I suppose the correct choice is to macro up.
Yeah, like I said, I should try not to be too critical. I keep picking at every little mistake.
I mean, I'm critiquing.
So bad for Fazek.
I'm critiquing tier 1 players who would I would have like 0% win rate against.
Well, look, dude, my win rate this season is 0%, so I can't exactly throw stones. But yeah, this feels so bad for Fazek when you just can't get this base up because Rage keep denying.
That's it.
Surely some Goliaths will come out soon.
Here 2 Goliaths with these rats, but he can just continue to snipe SCVs and get out of there. And cloak.
He has cloak. He does have cloak. He hasn't revealed it yet. Maybe he will now. Oh my god, they're actually both going to go down. That's actually pretty nice for Fazek. Well, now he can take the space finally. I mean, Napoleon's had this mineral only for a long time, which is nice, but at the end of the day, gas is all that matters. Vultures are sort of just throwaway units at this point in the game.
Napoleon has a lot of minerals. I want to see him take 2 bases and then go BCs. That's what I want to see.
He's getting his bottom left. I don't think we're going to see BCs unless it goes a lot longer.
I don't think we're going to see BCs in tier 1, but that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see.
Hey, it is legit in the super late game, but only then, pretty much. This has got a nice little pack of vultures here, and a couple of tanks back up. He's actually coming in from this flank, I guess you could call it, and Napoleon doesn't really have an answer to this. His forces are committed. Okay, I guess that's the answer, is the base, because the red lives here, and that's actually going to be huge if you pick up all those tanks. Oh, there is a Goliath, and you know, a Goliath can almost pick those out. In fact, I think it can.
He's not hitting cloak. He's not hitting that C button. There's a button,
Yeah, maybe
Napoleon, called C.
Yeah.
Push the C
I
button.
forgot he researched it. Because he hasn't used it a single time. Oh, dude, look at these vultures sticking down the bottom of the map. That could be critical. I think he could actually get in and do huge damage.
Absolutely.
Here.
Still undefended.
Oh.
Hitting that. He 1-8'd them in, though. 1-8'd them in. Brutal.
Oh. There is a tank from Goliath's coming up. I don't know, a lot of tanks from Napoleon, though. He sort of missed his
Yeah. They need to siege.
Oh, no, he's crushing the Fazek.
This is the case for the tier 3 right click as opposed to 1A. The right click would have got him in there.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, he would have lost all the vultures anyway. Like I was saying, vultures sort of
get those damages. Oh, absolutely.
So if you get 5-6 SCVs. Like
Tasteless says, vultures are free and you get 3 mines for 75 minerals.
That's true. Well put.
His barracks going down. Inconsequentially.
Clawing his way back in from a somewhat bad position because he's got this other gas base, whereas Napoleon, oh, he does have that bottom left, doesn't he, actually?
We did see...
He's trying to sneak these small groups down when he really needs just a large Goliath tank.
Oh, yeah, that's it. He needs to make sure that he has a large force moving out that is bad to engage at all. Like 6 or 7 siege tanks.
Oh, no. There's no Goliaths over here. These Wraiths could just pick all this off, although they're going to fly away. Once again, he's just 1-8 into this space, so he can hit the refinery before it goes in this again. Man,
take down that crucial extractor.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you know, to be fair, that is all he wants from this base, is the gas right now. And he won't be able to get it. So Fazek's still at 3 gas. He's not mining from his third one, and there's 20 SCV in that. It's a big blunder. This little force from Napoleon probably not going to make too much progress. Well, going to take that sort of high ground position. It doesn't hit the base, but it makes it more awkward to defend. All those poor Wraiths, they get denied completely up there.
Alright, here's the play. Well, here's the play that I want from Fazek. Because Fazek, I think, is in a tough position. He doesn't have air dominance.
No, I think he's doing fine because he denied that bottom left, and now it's 3 gas with 3 gas. I think he's doing okay. Yeah, these engagements keep going Napoleon's way because he keeps hitting a small bit, and like those tanks just clean that up.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. And this 12 o'clock has gone relatively unchallenged, actually. So it's online now.
Look at Fazek's gas. He really needs a third machine shop. Wow, Napoleon actually going to lose the bottom left CC, if barely. Oh my god, it gets repaired.
Is it going to burn down?
I think it won't because...
SCV's attacking the tanks.
That was so close. Man, if that Goliath had fight it, would have been dead for sure.
Repaired.
Still, definitely those 2 tanks that one Goliath got so much done, denied that for so long, killed all the SCVs and so on. Oh, I missed a big engagement in front of Fazek's Nat. I didn't see. Did Napoleon try and butt?
Fazek might actually be doing the play that I want to see. I mean, he's not going to, but he's building a dropship. But what I want to see is I want him with that barracks he built after the first time got destroyed. Pump out some Marines.
That's actually the second time it got destroyed, by the way.
Oh, okay. Drop it in the main. Or on the production.
What if, like,
the cheeky drops.
There's a single vulture on it? Then those Marines just die. Oh man, Fazek coming in for the bus, so I don't know about this. I don't think this is going to work in his favour. Nice target firing from Napoleon, hitting the tanks.
Napoleon with a nice line though, I like this.
Man, it turns out to be a pretty even trade.
Oh yeah, true. These vultures need to come forward.
Nice repairs. All the mines.
And the mines. The SCV's going to get taken out. Is he going to kill...
Wow.
Great mine.
One of those mines is in range. That's kind of remarkable.
I was waiting for the tank to die to a tank and then the mines to not hit the SCVs at all.
Yeah.
The drop coming down, a tank and 2 vultures. He's gonna see this.
Yeah, this 9 o'clock is pretty important for Napoleon because finally it's another gas. He can resecure the top left anytime he wants.
It's not online yet, but taking this out is a big deal.
Well, is he going to take it out though? I think there's enough here to stop it. I mean, SCVs are pretty good against tanks, right? Also, not against vultures. Well, you know what? Those 2 vultures help a lot, but that tank is going to go down. I think that's fine. I think Napoleon holds on, but the mines... Okay. 1 HP Goliath survives, unfortunately.
Bravo. Clap.
Go soon micro right there.
Incredible stuff. Is he going to repair it? Is he going to let that hero live on? 1 health.
I think he will keep the 1 health as a mark of honor.
That's why he's the first sergeant. All the other Goliaths definitely aren't the first sergeant.
Don't select him, don't check. So Napoleon
I just did.
to the 12 o'clock. With this high ground vision, this could work. He needs to move the Wraith out to get vision. Looks like he's about to. Oh, he scans, but unfortunately the tanks hit the SCVs first. Man, tanks are so dumb. He still gets enough vision though. He's going to be able to bust in. Oh no, Fazek just moved commanding his army out and getting demolished. Yeah, there's the GG. I think unfortunately Fazek's macro failed him there because you look how much money he has. He could have had quite a few more tanks around the place.
I think so. So this one's going to game 3 then.
Yeah, tied up 1-1.
I just took a screenshot. Where's my F10? Let's get rid of this game. Hide this embarrassment. There we go. Alright, and we're going to host up the game 3 for Fazek versus Napoleon.
Alright.
Are we going to get the 3-0 from, was it Team Beast?
It's Team 5 in the league currently.
Team 5. Did Team Beast win last CPL?
Yes, they did.
Interesting. Is it the same team or same coaches?
Same coaches, but I don't think same players. At least not completely. I'm sure some of the same players. Interesting choice of map. Let's start it, and then I'll talk about that.
Before we bring up the game, while it's counting down, who do you think's got this? Hedge your bets.
I think Fazek has it because I guess the last game I was saying, his macro's not so good, but honestly, like, for most of the game, I feel like Napoleon was the one whose macro was slipping, and Fazek sort of just let it go at the end. Especially with Napoleon organising his additional bases was quite poor. I mean, again, try not to be too critical, but I feel like Fazek has the mechanics to take it home. But this map choice, I think, is really weird because Napoleon's been going 2-Fat Portrait every time.
That's right.
So Fazek loses, and what does he choose? He chooses Silphid, the map with no ramp. Why?
You know what I want to see? I want to see. Well, actually, I'm going to guess what Napoleon's going to do. Then I want to say what I want Fazek to do. So I think Napoleon, he's doing 2-Fat Vulture both games because it's his strongest build and he wants to play to his strengths. So I think he might try and do that again. And I want to see Fazek block the egg with a supply depot and go 2-Port Wraith. That's what I want to see on this map.
Well, last time I casted a game on here, it was 2-Port Wraith versus 2-Port Wraith.
That could be interesting, making ZVZ of
Unfortunately,
CVT.
usually it's very not interesting. Like, one player just puts his Wraiths over the other starports and that's the game.
This is also quite a good map for some cheeky cheese. Like, not in this matchup, but an 8 racks in the middle of the map. Does that work in TVT, I wonder? Taking them by surprise.
It's definitely a thing you can do against Rax FE or CC First, obviously, is very good. People don't CC First. Against the Rax FE it can work, and against the gas opening, usually the Terran can just like micro your way and then you get single vulture out and you're kind of screwed.
What if you pull the boys, though? Pull the boys. I like this cheesy
Pull your
play.
own boys and go and attack? I mean, I don't know. You're going to have less boys, and cities are better than Marines, so it's kind of like...
I actually think we're going to see a very standard Rax FE, Factory FE from both players here.
You think Napoleon's going to go for the Factory Expand after 2-Fat Vulture twice in a row?
2-Fact Vulture from Napoleon, followed by the Factory FE by Fazek.
I mean, this is the map to go 2-Fat Vulture in, and I guess he's kind of ruined it because he hasn't saved it. He's just been showing what he's been flaunting it. He could pull out the Expand this game. Because he's thinking, alright, what do I do to surprise him? Because this whole time I've been doing 2-Fat Vulture. Now I go Rex Expand, except if he's going Rex Expand, I would hope he'd try and wall off this stuff.
I'll be interested to see if Fazek scouts Napoleon in the correct direction, because I think that Napoleon is going to scout Fazek in the right direction first.
Yeah, Napoleon is going to get gas as well, so gas play for both of them.
Like, she's going across the other map, other side.
Unfortunate for him. But there's only 3 spots, he'll scout it soon enough. Okay, Fazek will scout immediately. 2 idle SCVs, not mining gas in Napoleon's base. Okay, there they go.
I think scouting Napoleon first is actually a huge deal. Based on the plays that Napoleon has brought today.
Yes. He's not making the 2 Marines immediately this time. Every other game, Napoleon and Fazek too, in fact, have made 2 Marines. Okay, he does start it now, but he
starts the Marine a little bit late.
Thing is, on this map it makes more sense because no ramp. On the other maps, you can definitely get away with 1 or even none sometimes Marines. It's much more economical to do so, but 2 is definitely the safe play, so I can't really blame them. Okay, first factory going down for Napoleon. I'm very intrigued by the factory position for Fazek. I think that's a very weird place to...
Could we see 2-port Wraith then from Fazek from this?
Well, why would he hide his factory there? That wouldn't really make any sense, would it?
I mean, you can run things out, but how are you going to have more than 1 factory in this location? Because you want 5 or 6
for the thing.
for the late
It's going to
game.
be really awkward trying to set up your production like here, and you want to keep it all in one place. So
are we going to see Starport play?
Okay, it's 2 factories from Fazek this time. And that could be for the tank variant. He definitely got them a lot earlier than 2-fact Vault. Okay, Napoleon gets his second fact.
Fazek's factory is coming down before Napoleon in most games, I think.
Yeah. But the second factory this time, it's 2-fact plus 2-fact. I'm intrigued to see if Fazek's going to go for vultures or he's going to do the tank variant.
Yeah,
I think it'd be really strong if he just got
single
speed
tank
and only 1 shop and just no, not even a tank. What you do is you only make 1 shop, get speed, so you're gonna have 1 more vulture because you didn't make that shop, and then you have speed before they have it. Well, if he goes mines first,
that's
and then hopefully you get 1 initial good trade, and then you just keep up doing production, you win.
Right. So that's kind of like making it TVP kind of thing, where you've got 8 dragoons and they've got 7, so you win.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, PvP is a lot more microable, I think, than Vulture first Vulture. Okay, he's going to go double machine shot, so he's going to do like a sort of normal 2-fact Vulture play. Napoleon probably the same, but mechanically a little bit behind. And oh my god, this awkward factory position. Look at that Vulture, it has to go through the mineral line.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That bone, I think, is really messing it up. I'm not sure he practiced this map.
Oh, is that bone unwalkable? I thought it's just cosmetic.
Well, I actually don't know, but it's weird that it went through the
yeah, well, another one's about to pop out. We'll see what it does.
Oh,
okay,
no,
you can go past the bone. It's still a really awkward location. But I don't know, maybe he wanted to make it slightly harder to scout or something. I guess he's figuring that if he doesn't win off 2-fact Vulture, like the game's probably over anyway.
I have been poo-pooing Napoleon a bit based on the... But I actually do like doing the same build multiple times. Like,
I
at a level,
agree.
Like my level, I think I need to calm down with the builds and do the same build over and over again until I get really good at it. And clearly Napoleon thinks that his 2-factory Vulture is by far his best, and I do respect that.
Yeah, well, I think except at the very highest level, this sort of metagame, like build choice stuff doesn't matter. If you have one build, you can execute it really well, you can definitely do it. If it's like, you know, a type of build that isn't just like an all-in where you have to surprise them, right? Like if he was doing BBS every game, I wouldn't really respect that. But like 2-fact Vulture, no matter what your opponent does, you can make it winnable. So 5 vultures versus 4 marines, 2 vultures. I'm pretty sure the 5 vultures will take that. We'll see how the micro is. If he can engage just perfectly, he pulls back actually when he sees the marines. I'm surprised. Okay, 2 more vultures popping out from Napoleon, so I guess this is a good choice. This is awkward, I think. Attacking gives you the disadvantage here, and he's already lost 1 vulture. I think so as well. It's pretty bad. Oh no, he ran right through the pack of vultures there.
This could be...
This game could just end immediately.
Yeah, this could be the mistake that costs him the game. I think he...
Yeah, because how's he ever going to catch up in vulture count?
I think he needs to pull a SCV and block the egg. I mean, it's not going to win the game for him, but... Like,
trading decently now once he turned around. Okay, this one has to run away again. I think he can stay alive. 3 versus 4, by the time that fight's over, another couple will pop out. So I don't think Fazek's dead yet. In fact, another one popping out now, so...
Yeah,
he can stay alive, especially with
timing is fine. Absolutely.
In fact, now the shoe's on the other foot, he can, if he does the moving shot micro, right, okay, he's not doing... These marines probably aren't going to do very much.
What is the moving shot micro? Do you just right-click constantly?
You have to keep the moving, of course, in the right direction, but then you just patrol, or even a move beyond the enemy unit, but you have to patrol, and then click move again pretty much immediately, so there's no pause between them attacking and starting to move again, because if you just patrol and wait a second, they'll shoot, and then they'll slow down.
I see.
It's not too tricky, but there is a technique to it. The main difficulty is with moving your screen while you're doing it, but with practice it becomes pretty routine. So game might stabilize a bit. Goliath's popping out for Napoleon, so he'll be completely safe from any vulture attack. But Fazek's still committing to the vultures, interesting.
I'm actually not sure about vultures on this map. Like, I feel like the choke is so narrow that...
Well, compared to a ramp, I think it's pretty wide.
I think these vultures are not going to get through at all with
well,
these
they're not
two
going to get through this choke,
Goliaths.
that's for sure. Thing
Yeah,
is,
that's the
at
one I'm
home,
talking about,
Fazek's
sorry.
getting a CC.
I am talking about that one.
Yeah. But I think even compared to a ramp, this isn't as good as a ramp. Well, he gets up on his vultures. If Napoleon's not careful, he could run in okay. He pulls back quite nicely. Thing is, behind this, Fazek's getting a CC though, so even if Napoleon holds this off, economically he's still not going to be doing so
That's
well.
right. And he did... Is that... it isn't Fazek's mine over the command center spot by the looks of it? Yeah, it must be.
No, that's so annoying. Well, these Goliaths actually clean that up quite easily.
Oh yeah, Goliaths are pretty good. They're like 2 Marines, right? So...
Yeah, effectively.
And Marines are pretty good.
Well, no, they're not, but...
Not in TVT, but they're good units.
If Vultures didn't do full damage against them, then they had more range by default. They'd be not bad against Vultures. Man, that's a pretty roundabout way of saying...
You know what? Based on your trash talk of Marines, I'm going to bring out some Marine plays if I ever get TVT in the CPL. We'll see how I go.
With that. You have fun with that. Try Marine against 2-5 Vulture. See how...
I'll have a go. I'll see how it works out.
Yeah, I can see why they added Marauders. They're like, let's make Mine viable. It made sense. There aren't even Vultures, right? Or even Hellions. Like, Marines can almost fight Hellions.
Is this the 3rd game in a row where Napoleon has floated his command center out? I actually think it's the right choice in this case, but is it 3 games in a row?
I think so. Oh look, there's a
Goliath
drop coming up actually. Ooh.
I like this move.
You know what? What does Fazek
tank's out
have?
of position. The Vultures might not see it either. If he's going around. This could do some major damage. There's
I think
a tank
this
in
play
his
by
natural.
Fazek here is thinking he needs to attack because he's 1 base ahead. I mean, I guess he wants to set up a contain, which would be nice, but really he just needs to ensure that he doesn't take any damage and he'll be in a good spot. Drop does get spotted though.
Siege isn't researching for Napoleon though.
Oh man, he could get in here. He could actually crush
Siege
him.
is already done.
Oh no, this drop though. The main
in the main?
So many SUVs could go down.
And he's on the production as well. Like, he's a stone's throw away from wiping out whatever comes out. There's a tank. There's one tank coming out.
They can deal with this. 1 tank, no. 2 tanks, yes. The tank needs to engage. Oh, man,
and the tank is just rallied across. The tank is rallied.
Oh no, does he realise? He does turn it around, but 1 tank's not enough. You need 2 for this. Even with mass repair, I don't think he can do it. No, sieging is a mistake, because then he can drop across if you watch this.
I like this drop
okay,
pickup. This is nice.
Like,
this tank is dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
good micro with the SCVs. I like it.
Yeah, but no, the tank will die.
Yeah.
He will bring the boys out to fight, but he does lift up again. This is why Goliath is so brutal. 2 tanks going to pop out of those factories, but the damage is sort of done. Like, so many HCV.
Absolutely.
Beautiful drop micro, picking up that inch of Goliath. That's actually so sick. Almost picks up that other one. But yeah, now these 2 tanks are out. He will have to go home. But he more than equalized the supply there. Look at the supply now. Huge damage.
Fazek actually very low on SCVs compared to Napoleon now, even with the 2nd base.
Yeah. So the thing is, Fazek can catch up because he has the natural...
The extra command center.
But he needs time, and he's going to try and buy it with this contain.
Yeah.
Thing is, another drop could come in at any time. Napoleon could just go home and get the 4 more Goliaths to come in. That barracks is pretty critical, giving vision there. If the barracks goes down, it's actually a lot easier for Napoleon to break out.
I love this
CC
move.
Going to give vision for Napoleon.
I love this move as Terran. This command center just flying in when your opponent's right there. It's the most confident move in the game, I think. And Terran's the only race that does it.
I love it when Protoss is going like 2-gate goon and they're all hanging out in your natural. You just start flying the CC.
Just fly your CC in.
Oh, dude, a Wraith for Napoleon. He proxied the starport down there. That's brilliant. He can push the tanks back with that.
Perfect. Didn't even see that.
Love
this
play.
play.
That is the perfect play. Dude, Napoleon is going to be in such a good position now because he can transfer all his SCVs out here. His army's actually straight up bigger, and now
I think he could actually do it now.
Oh no, Fazek's Academy got the SCV got sniped. He didn't restart it, so he's not going to have detection. His armory is finished, so he can make Goliaths. But if Napoleon gets cloak, he's not going to do anything about it unless he finishes.
And I don't think he's noticed either.
Oh well,
this one coming down.
Landed that CC.
There it is. That's all right. He can hear us.
Okay, good.
The streamer blessing. None of that streamer curse. The Tastosis curse.
Yeah, that's right. That's not happening. It's mostly just Artosis. Let's be real.
But this Wraith is going to get huge damage on his tanks. It might not wipe out many, but the damage counts.
Yeah, I mean, huge tank count for Fazek, so good macro there, but yeah, that little thing. Goliaths will push this back, actually. So,
second Wraith coming
really
out
good
now.
play from Napoleon. The Wraith did exactly what he needed to do. Broke the contain, put some more space on the map. Napoleon can take this third if he wants now. I think that is what he's going to do. Scan for that mine. Wait, is that his mine? Oh, he needs to kill that. But yeah, like a nice position for Napoleon. Fazek has caught back up a little bit economically, because Napoleon's CC is on his lane now. Oh man, those mines are nice.
Those mines hitting those tanks.
Oh, that one went off. That would have been bad.
I don't know about this.
Okay, so now I feel like Fazek needs to make something happen because
Fazek has a nice force moving around. He's clumping his units up. He's going to get these Wraiths, I think.
Yeah,
no
that
response.
Is huge. No Goliath range, but he does get it anyway. Man, Goliath's even out range pretty bad. I mean, pretty good. Ooh. Well, Napoleon can siege up this location. I don't think Fazek can break it, but if he just keeps this line, that's a really good line on the map.
Napoleon's forces are... That's right. Napoleon's forces are divided, though. It's 4 tanks for Napoleon down here.
Well, I don't think engaging here is the right choice, though. I feel like all he wants is to siege up on this line and keep the map, like, held at this point, and then he can take the whole rest of the map, or Fazek's isolate. I mean,
and the natural
to this little corner.
The natural will be on his side of the map as well. I mean, the other main, sorry.
Yes, that's the whole point. Yeah, all the gas. Like, there's this mineral only, but, like, it's not that important. And Napoleon just doesn't have the tank count right now. Both players still on 2 factories. This has been a really scrappy game. 12 minutes in, like, the supplies are so low because there's so much action.
Yeah, definitely.
Soldiers coming in here, see what they can see. I mean, I don't mind that. They let a couple mines, they get a little scout off. They confirm that CC is going down.
I think based on the mechanics I've seen, I want Napoleon to get something done before Fazek macros up, because I do like Fazek's macro.
Well, I think all Fazek has to do now is defend the position he has, but so far it's not going so well because his vultures are sneaking in, laying a lot of mines. They're going to pick off that SCV. And he really needs Goliath range.
Yeah, that's a big delay on the third there.
Yeah, that's pretty critical. He will clean it up. Oh man, he's bringing back his whole army for that? Ugh, I don't like that move at all. If Napoleon realizes this is gone, he can immediately just move forward.
I love matches that go to game 3 because you really see the experience of people coming in. Like the stress of being 1-1 and then being unsure of where you are. Like you're so desperate to get the cleanest possible exchanges. So he took his whole army.
Be careful here. I mean, if he steps a little bit too far and starts taking tank hits, that could turn his,
absolutely.
His dynamic here. Oh no, he loses tank to mines. That's the thing about these vultures running around. Every tank counts, especially with their economy as low as it is. Oh no, the vulture drop in the natural. This is a brilliant move by Napoleon. He's going straight for the main though. He doesn't care about the natural.
Oh, here we go in the natural.
He's put mines in the little choke here. That tank could be taken
like
out
it.
if you realize.
Yeah, if you get mines down near this egg, things can't leave the main.
Oh, it's such a narrow choke too. Oh, he could just drop on top of that tank. Oh, well, there's another tank. Actually, you know what? I think this will be mostly negated, but he can still get a few more SCVs. The tank actually helping him kill SCVs there.
Yeah. The tank obviously too powerful, so they had to make it splash. Meanwhile, the Reaver does not damage your own units. Very fair.
Reavers suck. They're too slow, dude.
They had
Tanks,
to make it.
They can't move while they shoot. That's better.
They had to balance them.
Fazek's running into mines here. Okay, it was only one blue mine. I wasn't sure how many were Fazek's, how many were Napoleon's.
This is
Napoleon relentlessly expanding.
White blue mine.
Even just with the position he had, like, yeah, it's fine. Napoleon really macroing better this game, actually. I mean, the player's still only on 4 factories, pretty low. But he spent his money pretty well, and well, he's mined more. Fazek is out of money at this point, but that's not so much because he has been spending it, it's just because he hasn't been able to mine very much.
Yeah.
I mean, this third might get denied again.
I think he holds here, but he does need to get this up online because he's got a slight supply deficit, and he did have that big damage early in the game from Napoleon's vulture.
And Napoleon's been mining this third base fairly well for a long while.
That's it.
Well, I guess the game's equalizing again. Slight disadvantage for Fazek though. Napoleon's going to take this mineral only, and there's no real way Fazek to contest that. One big deal is that Napoleon's +2 is going to be way sooner because he started it now, whereas Fazek hasn't even started his starports, and +2's a long way away.
Yeah, that's true. That could end up being the thing that decides the game, actually.
Could be if Napoleon gets one really nice engage from that event. Oh man, this barracks is not going to last long.
The Artosis quote: a +2 tank, 2 shots a tank. Is that correct?
True, but like that seems a weird thing to attribute to Artosis. That's like saying Neblime said the sky is blue, you know?
You heard it here, folks. Neblime foolishly thinks the sky is blue.
Oh no, am I wrong?
It's nighttime in Australia, mate. The sky is black.
That's true. That's true. I don't have a window. That's a lie. I have a window. I'm just trying not to look at it.
Supplies are evening out. I think Fazek is going to start pulling ahead soon.
I think Fazek had superior ACV count to transfer to that third. And just in general, his army's been a bit bigger for a while.
This is such a weird way to slice the map. Napoleon's forces on the wrong side compared to his base. And then Fazek coming down.
That's a good thing for him because it means there's more of the map. Fazek needs to push down this choke at his third, like he's sitting. He really needs to get as much of the map as he can. If he goes straight vertically down from that choke, he could still secure the other main. And in the long term, that's all that matters, really. So, finally, we've got a starport down for Fazek, but I still oh, there's the science facility. So let's see, what's the +2 timing? It's 50% done for Napoleon, and it's still not starting for a little while for Fazek.
So in Fazek's position, what's the control tower for? Is he going to build drops? Because I feel like...
Absolutely. Nothing else should be getting there. Like, you don't want BCs, and obviously you don't want science.
He queues up 2 dropships.
No, he's going Mass Valkyrie, obviously.
Yeah. I wonder if Fazek is actually underestimating his position.
Fazek's going to engage at this third. And there's not many tanks here. Napoleon's going to come with the reinforcements. Maybe
yeah, I like this move. This is good.
Oh no, he's going to get blown up here. Crucial tank shots actually denying that.
Yeah, this
is so close.
That brutal ramp that's not really a ramp.
Yeah, that fake ramp. I still think he can make this twerk though. He pushes up a little bit more. He can get the mineral line. In fact, he already is hitting the mineral line. So Napoleon has to pull back. He doesn't get the gap. So it's not that critical, but it is a big setback for Napoleon. He has to bring all those to the mineral only. So nice moves by Fazek, realizing there's a little weakness there.
I think Fazek might be setting up a drop in the main because he's targeting this barracks down quite deliberately with this one Goliath, I think, while this is happening, to fly dropship down.
Yeah, he's getting dropships now.
I like this play if this is what he's doing.
I don't like that Fazek is sitting with his forces back on this third. I feel like they just need to fan out on either side and push the lines as much as you can. It's hard to figure out in TVT, but you really have to play positionally like that.
Yeah, this is...
Sorry, you go.
This is what I do in Tier 3, and I think this is something that Tier 3 players like me can work on, is making sure that you have enough map presence. But we're in Game 3, so they must be quite nervous. It's interesting to see.
Absolutely. And it's such an even game, that would just increase the nerves, right? But the thing is, when you're playing it, you don't know if you're ahead or behind, because they can't see the supplies, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got 2 attack from Napoleon, and +2 hasn't even started yet for Fazek. He's not getting it. Because he could get it now.
Another gas base, so the edge for Napoleon just with that minerals. Look at this center position for Napoleon. The tanks aren't really organized in a line, and look how many tanks Fazek has here. He could definitely break this, especially if he attacks from all sides. Once he does that, he can push back down to like this sort of other area between
Napoleon's and then he's got
this new gas base.
The majority of the map.
Yeah, so I don't know if Fazek's ever going to watch this, but if he does, I'd say like this is a move you can make that would give you a huge advantage. So just like keep scanning for weakness, basically.
Both players I've noticed have sieged up quite significantly at their their third base, which I think...
Well, it makes sense for Napoleon because his enemy's right there, but Fazek, he doesn't need to definitely be out further. Goliath drop coming down for Fazek, he's going to deny this little gas base for a while, which is very nice actually. Since his own gas base is already up and running, if not the gas itself. He really needs that geyser.
Where's Fazek? He's also doing a drop over near the main. He's queuing up a tank and 2 vultures.
Oh, that's brilliant.
He's going to move it in.
2 places at once. He might have forgotten, unfortunately.
This is...
Goliath's already doing quite a lot, and they
picks up the Goliath
as well.
He doesn't take out the command center. I guess he doesn't care about the minerals.
Well, it would take so long. Presumably, Napoleon would react. I feel like he should have hit the middle only there. Going to the natural is a bit of a mistake because obviously Napoleon's forces are rallying out right there.
Yeah, this other dropship
But
is
hey,
sitting there.
he can still get stuff done. Oh my god, that mine was waiting there the whole time. That's amazing.
This is some big damage coming out.
Yeah, huge damage.
While this is happening, he
man.
needs to move that other dropship in.
Yeah, he could well, there's not many SCVs there, but I guess get the gas ones, maybe starts to supply, lay mines on the production.
Absolutely.
Man, that's so many SCV kills.
It's still not dead. The Goliath is still going.
Yeah, what about us? There's still a mine in that mineral liner, isn't it?
Oh yeah, true. And it's his as well.
I can hear explosions. Where am I hearing them? Oh my god, we missed this. There's a drop in Fazek's tank.
Yeah, I'm there.
Well, it looks like he will clean it up actually, but I think it did quite a lot of damage. Not sure how many SCVs he lost there.
They look like 2 dropships worth.
Yes, or 3 I think.
Or 3 maybe, yeah.
Well, it's cleaned up, but how much damage did it do? I think it killed a hell of a lot of SCVs because the supply's actually equal now.
It took out the
even after
control
Goliath's
tower.
Shenanigans.
And the...
No, that doesn't take that long to build. That's not a big
No.
deal.
I know,
It's
but
quite
I'm
cheap
trying to look
as
at
well,
things
to
he
be
actually
honest.
lost. And a few
I think
SCVs
most
building
of the
supply
SCVs
depots.
No, I think he lost all the SCVs mining. There's nothing mining anymore. Okay, the Fazek can try and break this third base again. I don't know, he has a lot of tanks, but is it enough?
I think he's got it this time. Oh, the
but
dropship's
the
coming in.
counter drop.
But
Well,
they're...
he's not siege, so the counter drop might not necessarily be that effective.
Some of the dropships
Well.
empty.
Oh, that mine. Oh my god, the SCV defused. What a hero SCV. If this base stays alive, that SCV just saved it. Oh no, it's not going to stay alive. Well, at least you try and kill the SCV better luck next time. Oh, nice tank shot though. Man, I don't know, it's so close. Fazek's finished rally a few more units over here and he has this location. If Fazek can mine this, that's actually enormous.
Yeah.
Like as in mine with SCVs, not mine with vultures. Man, he's going to take this location. That's a great deal. Oh, but he's rallying his units into Napoleon's forces in the middle of the map. Well, maybe it's about time he realizes how weak this is, because he can almost break it just with this accidental rally. Man, Fazek's taking all the... Well,
I think this is the longest
he's made
game
some
I've
good
seen on this
moves,
map.
but- Yeah. He's made some good moves, but I feel like he really just needs to get out there and like take the map for taking the map's sake, because Napoleon, even with this incredibly weak little force, still has this dominance at the center of the map. He's going to build a CC there, that's very smart, I like that a lot. So look at this, 2 tanks, 2 Goliaths, like, Fazek could just A-move this little force he has in front of his natural and take.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wish he'd repair all this burning stuff in his main, because if Napoleon drops again, it's going to be...
He wants to keep that 666 health command center going.
Satan will win in the game.
Yeah, Fazek confirmed a Satanist. You heard it here first.
Yeah, that's right. And Napoleon has a lot of tanks down here. Maybe he could retake this third base.
5 dropships coming up to the third there.
Oh,
I mean
no,
the fourth,
that's
sorry, the
huge
fourth.
deal. Whichever base.
This
This is
will-
the 9 o'clock.
At the 3 o'clock.
Slightly saved all his SCVs.
He's going down.
That's a big hit. He needed that.
I think he's going to kill this base. He gets the lift off.
Well, the tanks are coming up though. I think the tanks will barely save this. We'll see. And the vultures are a good distraction too. Actually, it's quite smart seeing this because the CC will get away now.
Goliath
I
is
think moving
range
over to the left side of the map, I don't know why he pulled back there. He definitely have taken... And all these tanks have still been sitting idle at this, like, sort of 12 o'clock third base this whole time.
Right.
Okay, he's going to break through. That's mine.
I mean, that's a lot of supply.
Yeah, I feel like he should just unsiege all this stuff, drive straight down the middle. He could kill the 4th gas over here, well, I guess the 3rd gas now, for Napoleon, and then Napoleon's in a really bad spot. I mean, I guess drops are still a possibility, but he could kill a couple of turrets, you know. It's not that droppable a location. I mean,
I
he
do
needs to repair
like-
that CC, and he's going to burn down.
I like the tactics coming from Napoleon. This relentless dropping is hard to manage,
Yeah.
especially under
Really keep
pressure.
being pinned, yeah. He's coming for the main this time, I think, and there's not much there, and half the stuff's already on fire.
With an SCV in there, just for good measure. An
Or
injured
you build
SCV.
turrets or something. Well, if you set up a little siege position, you build turrets on it, it's quite nice. The Fazek is going to retake the 9 o'clock, which is actually quite nice, but he needs to be careful, that 60 could easily burn down. Oh, nice siege positions actually, very slow and methodical. The drop gets turned around because there's Goliaths there, actually. I think that he's going to re-drop at this 9 o'clock location, maybe?
Is he planning? No, he's not planning to take their base. So neither player is getting +3. Do you just not bother with +3?
You definitely should. I'm not going to question his player's decisions. If he really needs to repair that CC at 9 o'clock, I'm going to be pretty upset if it burns down. So he decides to drop the third location here, and actually it's a good move because he can retake it and shut down Fazek's mining. And Fazek really only has this one base now. His natural's about to mine out. He can secure the 11 o'clock though, and I think that's what he's going to do. And he takes out the 3 o'clock. So Napoleon effectively on 2 mining bases, but only what, 2 ghasts. Man, there's CC getting fought over right now. Nice tank hits. Fazek does finally have +2, so he's fighting on more even footing now, and he can definitely retake this location. That's a nice tank shot, but I still feel like if he unsieges and moves forward, he can take this. Oh man, the CC at 9 o'clock is still burning. There's no SCVs, and that CC down here almost went down too. Oh, but at the same time, the 7 o'clock base getting attacked. Man, no one can keep the base up this game. This is brutal.
Absolutely. I think there needs to be a ninja base taken. If possible.
Ooh,
otherwise nothing's going to happen.
Maybe this drop can hold it actually. Napoleon can hold this base with a big advantage, I think. Oh, but the tank shots with really good focus fire, but then maybe not so much in the series. I don't know, the base isn't that good if they're getting the series to mine out of that.
Napoleon, I think forgetting his macro a tiny bit. I guess he's gas locked, but he's busy with tactics.
Fazek did save the CC at the 9 o'clock. If he can retake that spot, mine heavily from it, I think that's all he needs.
I think so.
But at the same time, Napoleon did save his own forfeit.
Look at all these tanks trapped. These tanks trapped in Napoleon's base.
Yeah. Pulling a Jade on here. Doesn't even need his whole army. That's a huge deal. 5 tanks could be huge.
There's also a ninja 132 minerals in his main as well that he hasn't mined. That could come into play.
Oh, that's so hidden. That's amazing. Wow.
It's like that High Templar behind the extractor from the ASL.
Yeah, or the Evo. The one behind the Evo was worse, if you ask me. So this no man's land base getting taken again, and he's going to secure the 9 o'clock at the same time. So Fazek,
is that Fazek building a command center outside?
Oh, but Napoleon's going to drop in the main. He's got his dropships going, and here they come. There's mines down, but when Terran units drop, usually they can pick off mines pretty quickly. So he does turn around. I guess he decides better on it because the tank's coming in there too.
I don't like this dropship play anymore. I like this aggressive command center by Fazek. I'm loving it. I'm going to zoom in on it a few times.
Yeah, it is pretty nice.
I like it.
Oh my god. Oh, one mine goes off, man. Those mines deny that completely. Like I was saying, Terran units usually pick off mines immediately when they're dropped.
That was huge damage.
They do. If they have enemy units to fire into those mines.
These 2 supply depots half built still. These buildings not repaired.
I think Napoleon has to strike within a certain window because Fazek's going to be mining more soon. Napoleon has the bank, but Fazek will have the mining.
This game could go for another 20 minutes still, on Silford of all maps.
Dude, it could go for another hour. No, that's an exaggeration. It could go for another half an hour, no problem. Oh no, Napoleon's going to break this if he commits. He's not committing right now. I mean, he's taking 70 hits for free there. Huge blunder by Napoleon. He could have broken that if he committed immediately. Well,
Fazek finally moving those tanks. I hope he's going to defend this other command center or make a line in the middle of the map. This command center I think is going down now though with his drop.
And the 9 o'clock is wide open. There's nothing there. If Napoleon keeps going, takes that 9 o'clock, that's all the mining for Fazek.
That's 2 bases for free basically.
Yeah, that's right.
A drop coming down against Napoleon. These siege tanks not being paid attention to. They're not firing because they're too close.
Damn.
Just SCVs now.
Very nice. I think mining will end here because Fazek's going to take out this other CC as well, and the players will be working.
Napoleon has a very large bank though. The supply finally, for a second there, in favour of Fazek for the first time in a long time.
Well, the 9 o'clock stands for now because Napoleon didn't push forward, and turrets are going to get split up there.
And the tank's moving down. His base is dead. So that was kind of a base trade then, in the end.
Well, I think it swings back to Fazek then because He has this basically fresh base, whereas Napoleon's are all going to be mined out since he lost this cervical. Damn, what a game. Let's clean up that mineral only.
And he spotted the starport now, I think, finally.
He can retake this inner third base though. He's secured the location. He's a command center there. It's actually hasn't.
I think it's coming down now. The big slide coming across.
Yeah, that's right. That base hasn't actually been mined that much because it's been fought over so much. So
we actually might end up seeing some long distance mining across the map if this keeps going.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to have to do that for now. What he really needs is that gas, though. I mean, even building a refinery in long distance might not be worth it. Well, this takes him down to the middle only. I mean, it's not actually that important a location anymore. Like we're saying, gas is what's really important.
Right, because you need those tanks.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, in the late game, vultures are pretty much useless, and turrets don't really cost that much, to be honest.
Yeah. One thing I'm really impressed with from both players is the way they're controlling their armies. I think has been pretty solid from both players.
Absolutely. Some really good engages. Well, you say that as Fazek like almost loses his dropship fully loaded. Oh no, he does lose it. That's a shame. Still, you gotta try those kind of things. Well, Fazek building up at this third base location again. Will he try and bust it again? Because that would be what, like the 4th time it's changed hands?
Alright, here's my tier 3 play at this point of the game. I want someone to research the Yamato cannon and start sniping single tanks every 3 minutes, just to get that small incremental
I don't think it's time for that, especially when the economies are so small. I think the only time you actually want to do that is in the
There's only one Wraith on the map though, and it belongs to Fazek.
Yeah, but like...
It's
how long is it going to take before the Yamato like actually pays for the investment you put in? By that time, physical mine so much you can make 100 Wraiths.
No, but I'm saying Fazek should make it and start sniping down these tanks.
Oh, well, maybe, but you want to actually like set up a full container first and like make sure the map is... Because again, the center of the map has been neglected by both players. Oh my god, big drop coming from Napoleon.
Look, I just want to see some weird units. I want to see ghosts or something strange.
I mean, Ghost Team TVT can actually work. Like, Lockdown's actually really good if you, like, have time to invest and set it up.
If you're the next boxer.
You have to, like... Yeah, that's right. You got to cloak and get close enough without them noticing, obviously. Man, this drop could hit the main. I mean, if it hits this 11 o'clock base, I mean, that's nice, but it really won't make a difference to the game state because Fazek still has this 9 o'clock gas base. He definitely wants to take that out, but in the end of the day, it's not going to bring him back in. But a drop in the main, I don't know. There is a lot of mines there. Oh no, these SCVs are here. Oh no, these SCVs.
This is a huge pick-off.
Ooh, that mine was very nice. Oh my god, those mines are huge. The mines actually just immediately negate this. That's amazing.
Incredible damage from the mines.
Yeah, when I saw that going down, I'm like, there's no way. Like, oh wait, where do all these tanks come from? Napoleon just walks across the map without anyone knows.
This could be... has he anything at home? He's got a few tanks at his third still. But other than
That's
that...
it, I think.
I think
this is why I was saying it's important to secure the center of the map, and this won't happen to you, but now these are sieged up here, it's a lot harder to deal with. Does Fazek have any dropships left? I don't think he does. He can lift that command center, and I really think he should. Oh man, if he loses that command center, it'd be very unfortunate. Oh,
Fazek taps out. I don't know about that GG call.
Well, yeah, I'm surprised. I would have said it was still reasonably even because Napoleon had this one gas base. He's not even mining gas at, whereas Fazek's still mining solidly from the 9 o'clock. But you know, it's been a long game. It's been a long series. He's probably quite fatigued.
I might go back and check the supplies as well because I'm not sure he was actually that far behind in supplies.
No, it was pretty close. Yeah, it's pretty close.
Very close. I actually...
Well, no, this is before all the fighting happens, isn't it?
I actually liked Fazek's position here, but I mean, I've done this before as well. But I mean, it's game 3.
You don't know what bases your opponent has, but remember Napoleon was mined from that base But no, yeah, I think you're right. Maybe it was a bit premature from Fazek. So yeah, the supply's pretty much even.
But I mean, TVT is a brutal matchup. Oh, that was a good game. That was a great game. That was really close.
It was a brilliant game.
And it's nice to see some scrappy play from Tier 1 when things get a bit heated.
Yeah, like Fazek's base is still on fire this whole time.
Oh, yeah. The 666 Command Center, I think, lives on.
Yeah, it does.
There it is. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
So
I think Fazek was thinking, okay, well, all these tanks are here. I'm not really going to be able to break those. Like, so that base is shut off to me, and he didn't realize that Napoleon's not really mining that much either.
was this a 3-0 then for
Team 5, yes, it was. Impressive
Wow,
stuff.
Team 5 bringing out the stops there. Very
Yeah.
nice.